It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You're rocking with Bob. Thanks for joining for episode 92. Round of applause. So look like we can't get rid of this snow. Yeah. All right, so I thought we, as in the East Coast, kind of got it hit bad with the snow, but this record breaking as this whole snowstorm looked like some global warming. Hope does not continue. I mean, because we were like kind of spoiled for a couple of years that we didn't have that much snow. But now that we're having it back to back, I don't know. It's getting concerning. It's getting concerning. Is it a shift in the weather or people playing with the weather? You know, like that is that rumor too. People making different storms. Because when I looked at another thing, and when I seen in Russia, what is a Russia K Chucka whatever, yo, they damn near got hit with 15, 16 feet of snow. You know, that was crazy. Where it reached all the way up to like their fifth floor, to the point where the only way they could exit the build out the window. You know, only way they could exit is just jumping out the window. So some people was jumping out the window, seeing people damn near shoveling just to get out the door. You know that they was shoveling, making like some type of igloo look like. Even when they're riding through just the highways, you can see how high the snow is lifted off the ground, and damn near people was using it as fucking a slope. So that was crazy, you know, to the point where people thought that was AI. But seeing multiple footage, you could see that was damn near that wasn't AI. So I checked that out. I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. But yeah, this is what it looked like, and that's what he had said.
Snowstorm they've seen in 146 years. And when I
You know,
saw
how do you
pictures
see
and
you just
videos from this
jumping out
snowstorm,
of it?
I
That's
thought
just
this
crazy.
shit was all AI generated. But no, this is 100% real. There is a peninsula in Russia known as Kamchatka Peninsula, and Kamchatka saw snowfall totals of up to 5 meters high. For reference, that is 15 feet of snow. Snow drifts from this storm have also buried entire houses, cars, and can be seen reaching as high as literal fucking buildings. Since the snowdrifts from this storm in particular have been so ridiculously high, children in Russia have been using these snowdrifts to fucking sled. And adults have
It,
resorted to using the ridiculously high snowfall totals to jump out of their windows. This storm has also been responsible for shutting down schools and businesses in Kamchatka, so
well,
the people
sure.
of
Who's gonna go to
Kamchatka have been
school? Who's
forced to
gonna run their
work
business?
remotely. And
You know,
unfortunately, this snowstorm has also been responsible for tragically taking the lives of 2 people. It's truly shocking to me how this planet is even capable of producing 15 feet of snow.
it's
But
ridiculous.
prayers up for the people of Kamchatka, Russia, and I really hope they can recover from this snowstorm as
Sure.
quickly and
The fact, yo, I was amazed that only two people died in a record of 15, 16 foot snow. Because even in the New York City area, sadly to say, they said damn near 8 people died. You know, they're still doing their research to see was it because of the, you know, freezing cold, but a couple was outside. You know, homeless people were outside. I don't know what made. I mean, I guess you're homeless. You know, you can't go through different shelters, but come on, man, you can't be out there. You know, they said, well, I think it's 52-year-old man out in Queens on a bench, like froze to death. Like you can't be out there in a blizzard snowstorm sleeping there. Like that's, you know, sadly that happened. But I'm like, in Russia, 2 people died. In the East Coast, or probably even more, but in New York area, 8 people died. So that just shows you how our living condition is a little bit different from Russia, you know. But I was just like, wow, like I can't believe that many people died. But snow, hopefully it stops. I mean, because you know, global warming is a serious thing. So I really hope that this is, you know, this is just the ending of it, because nobody want to see no more snow, man. Nobody want to see no more snow, you know. And I'm glad that you know the city, Monday, you know, the mayor, he was prepared. You know, he was prepared, so it wasn't like I didn't see anything bad and negative saying that you know these roads wasn't covered. You know, so it looked like a lot of cities took it you know, emergency, because they probably were getting these numbers from different areas about these snow totals, and they just knew it was coming. So the whole East Coast got hit. And then they definitely showing parts of Texas got hit too. So I don't, it's looking like a big global warming. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like big global warming. But hopefully this is not the global warming that people talked about. You know, but any other news that I talked about what's been going on in Minnesota. I'm still. And I said it was going to get worse, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's getting any better. It's not getting any better to the point where another U.S. citizen lost his life, named Alex Jeffrey Purdy. He's basically worked for like the hospital, he was ICU or nurse. But the fact that he was just in the street and he was reporting, he has the right to do that. So when they make up these things and say, he was in a crime scene, he was interfering in a crime scene where there was no yellow tape, there was no boxed off. He was just in the street filming what was going on, and then he actually was protecting a woman when he was actually lost his life because he's seen how they was treating her. And I don't know what training is this. What training is this where you just be pepper spraying, pushing down aggressively to women? Like these tactics doesn't, I don't see where you training and where's the protocol and all these tactics that they're using. And just looking at that film, it showed clearly he was pushed down, hidden, beaten, and they found the gun on him, but then they disarmed the gun. Well, they basically see a person coming in there taking the gun out of his waist, which he didn't look like he was going to use in the first place, and then you execute a man again. What is this all about? I understand this is just everything is just still getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of hand. Like this is unexcusable. There's no reason why all this stuff should be happening, and innocent people are just losing their lives. And then, like I said, it's not going to stop. Being the judge, looking at the footage in multiple angles, you can't justify this. There's no justifying what is going on out there. And this is only the beginning. So we have to make sure we get this under control. And now, looking at the footage, just looking at the footage, man. And a woman looked at it and seen that, the guy came out of nowhere and disarmed her.
Tell me if you see what I'm seeing. Pay attention to this guy right here. He's wearing black gloves. He's not holding a black gun. He is wearing black gloves. And you see him coming over to the guy getting dogpiled by the other agents. And you will see him go to his side like he's trying to dig something out of his side. I sped the in-between part up a little bit because he's there for a while trying to take something from the guy's side. Watch him. He's trying to get something from his side. You can see that. And then when he comes up, he has a silver gun.
Has the gun in his hand.
Right
Gun
there.
in his hand.
And then you can see it again through the car window. Right there.
Then minutes later,
and
you
then
hear
it looks
gunshots.
to me, and you can slow down the video yourself and watch it yourself, that
Minutes
his
later, you hear gunshots. So what was the reason? There is none. There's obviously no reason why this is happening and continue to happen. So yes, they're gonna protest. Yes, people are gonna be outraged, and this is our right. They have the right to. Even you have the right to film when you're on the sidewalk. You don't own the sidewalk. Like, why do y'all think you're above the law? And now, and then after JD Vance recognized, yes, oh yeah, we need to do something. He kind of agreed what happened is that before, what happened to Good, Renee Good. Now This happened right after he had made that press conference. Now this happened. It's just another tragedy, and you gotta stop saying it's a tragedy because like I said, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You got to do something. So now, I heard Donald Trump now he wants to oversee what's going on in Minneapolis. He wants to oversee the border troops. That's not going to help. At the end of the day, it's not going to help. Like the mayor said, like how many people are going to lose their lives until we see, hey, we gotta cut this, or we gotta take away ICE, period, and then just work with law enforcement and try to go after criminals. Because I seen another thing. It was I think it was Maine. The guy's a correctional officer. He was coming from work. He got pulled over by ICE, and ICE was about basically arrested him because he didn't have his identification. I think he's here for like a visa, but it was proved that he's working for the federal government basically, and he's detained. What criminal act did he do? And I don't want to hear, oh, just because you're not a U.S. citizen, that's a criminal act. That's not a criminal act. Like, why we keep changing the rules? You can't keep changing the rules because everything you say it just looks like it's a lie. It's a lie. And how could anybody trust what you got to say? Say you're going after criminals, and now you just labeling different people criminals. You're harassing people on different different check-in spot. Like it's just getting out of hand. The way that you're using a force, that's not even it's not even justified anyway. What training is this? Is this the National Guards? Because this is what it feels like, the National Guards. That that's how it feels. And I don't feel like it's the immigration agency. This is something different. I've never heard of this before. So I don't know who are they hiring because it's just they gotta get trained way properly. This is not even called for. Like none of this is called for, and like I said, it's just the beginning. So it's like, yo, Donald Trump, this is blood on your hands. This is blood on your hands. How much blood are you gonna keep on your hands? So you jump in and really actually like, all right, this didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. So everybody's gonna be paying attention to that and see if anything changes. And I hope this is the last time I'm reporting somebody dying out there. Uh, but all these tragedies goes out to everybody in their family. But on some up and up news, the Romy, she basically been doing all these jingles that to the point where she got attention to Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Like her jingle was very catchy to the point on TikTok. It blew up. Dr. Pepper responded, and I guess they closed the deal. I don't know how much she reportedly got, but I did see her because remember Drake. Like I don't know, if it was on a story or maybe on Instagram. He posted her when they was doing the video for Party Next Door and Drake. They was looking for the video, so that she went in and tried to make a video, and it was like a good AI video and all that stuff. I think that really got her attention, but I guess people started following what she does, and I guess she's good at jingles because she just started coming up with multiple jingles and tagging different corporations to the point where if you go to our comment section, it's like 20 different corporations, multiple corporations, big corporations. It's like damn near like, hey, do me next. Popeyes. She's got another one, Vito. So it's hard, like it's multiple big companies was definitely targeting her. So now to the point where everybody and their mother on TikTok, they go crazy. They're starting up their little jingles. trying to get everybody's attention. And I think one almost worked. I think one guy, basically did it, but they started rating the different ones because that people just come up with
Soda,
Coca Cola.
if it ain't Coca-Cola.
Walmart, Taco Bell, it's so swell, but be prepared to see your stomach to hell.
Yo,
Pop
zero
that top, yeah, you know the code. Once it in, it's Coca-Cola mode. The real thing.
Somebody hand me a Sprite, got me feeling alright. Mix that lemon with lime, have a wonderful time. Captain D's, it's the best fish to me. With some sweet tea and some mac and cheese.
I have a theme song for Dr. Pepper, and it goes like this.
Number one.
Dr. Pepper, baby, is good and nice.
So I see on this jingles, like the jingles is back. I remember there's a lot of jingles people used to talk about jingles all the time, they're very catchy tunes. So I could see that coming back. Definitely is coming back. And Dr. Pepper started it. Because if they did pay her damn near in the millions, I don't think they paid her millions, but even to have a check for 75,000 to 2 million, that's the range somewhere. You didn't have a nice check like that just to start your career. That's a pretty nice bonus. And doing something that you just put your camera and the phone and boom, got their attention. So it's a good thing of the internet and the power of it.
Okay, I need
2 million.
Mountain Dew is for you.
The crunch don't lie. Got to get my hands on some Popeyes.
Bark, bark, bark.
Yeah. But that guy, I think, he's been trying, and I think he was on the one. Got one of another company.
For the price. Kapow!
Papa's chicken, I love it so much. With sweet finger licking and spice to the touch.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce,
Oh,
3
man.
cheeses, French dressing, wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla, crispy
Yeah,
chicken.
Tastes real good when it's icy cold. Crack that Pepsi, cool and smooth. One for me and one for you. It's Pepsi on the beat. Pep, pep.
So this thing catches on, people are gonna keep trying. I think one guy he was like, "Oh yeah, you wanted something," so I'm gonna holler at him. But I think that's a good way for people just the power of the internet. It always shows you the power of the internet. But talking about the power of the internet, I talked about the fight with what was it, Adam 22, yeah, and Jason Love. Yeah, I called it, man. I mean, because if you start by just talking about a person, probably not even years later, maybe or something like that, you don't want no problems with him, and then you think you're gonna fast forward and you actually got an opportunity to fight the person, you think you're ready? Nah, you're not ready. If you said you trained, but I don't know, you wasted your time training because watching that fight, that was terrible. Yo, I mean, I knew it was gonna be quick. I mean, I didn't even know. I thought it was gonna be at least some type of interesting, make it as a show. But Adam 22, you didn't even throw one punch. You didn't throw one punch. And then your academic, when he got on screaming, yeah, he fucked your wife, he was extra, he was doing the most. But that was hilarious. It just kept going. Yeah, he fucked your wife. Yo, in the back, that was just easy money. That was easy money. To the point where now, I mean, it lasted what? Like, it lasted 30 seconds, man. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
No, oh my God. Never. No. No way. Wait, no.
This ain't going long.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Yo, he Adam, what are you doing?
It's going down. This is all part of the plan.
Black set him
This
up.
is all part of the plan.
Black set him up. Black, you set him up.
No,
What
I didn't.
are you doing?
This is all part of the plan.
Yo, what the fuck? Bitch, I fucked you up. You set him up.
Not ready.
I gave her back shots and I fucked you up.
Yo, that's so crazy. Why you keep saying I gave him back shot? Yo, man.
Come on, Adam. What this
Let's go, Judy Juicer. This is part of the plan.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's part of the plan. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, listen. Check this out. Check this out.
Who said it's not over?
Adam.
Been over.
Oh my God.
Gotta swing back.
Yo, OD.
This is all a setup.
Oh,
This is
man.
all a setup.
This is a setup. Hey, OD. He kept saying the same thing over and over. But I guess it's a good performance. I guess with him, you know. The next opponent, I don't know if it's serious, but Wack was like, he gonna let Blueface fight Jason. Jason, I mean, that'd be a little bit. That gotta be way more interesting than what that was. But Lena the plug, you know, she ended up going in the ring and congratulating Adam, you know, saying she's the trophy, you know, he won her. But that was crazy. I was like, oh, I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. That was too easy. Too easy. But hey, entertainment is entertainment, so see what else you got. Let's get into some new music, man. Some new music. I got to check out 42 Drug. He dropped like a nice cool 10-piece album. I would say always his beat selection in this project he put together. Fire. It's fire. The energy in this album is fire. Full of part 3. Cool features, Little Baby, EST, you know, G Herbo, Skilla, Gorilla, you know, I think all those nice ride out tracks, you know. Feel like I need like a Lamborghini and just run and drive listening to this music. All 10 tracks is all fire. All fire. So you know, definitely a good project for him to put together. See him in a while, you know, focus on this one. Definitely check out that joint. Which one did I like? Favorite wise, I like Fake Friends. Is what it is. Big one's a vibe. Nice, you know, ladies join the club. No faking. Going through it. What else? Still on that? Yeah. Now he has some. Definitely has some track. I mean, definitely go check out that project when you get a chance. Fire music. So yeah. Yeah. So now we down to the last two. Looks like, you know, finally, you know, everybody snowed in and watching football. So looks like the Patriots and the Seattle Hawks. Yeah. They go all both going to the Super Bowl. You know, only thing I seen celebrating is Carly B. Carly B was on all the blogs on everything. Just you know, happy about Stephon Diggs definitely going to the Super Bowl. So it's good for them. But yeah, you know, so now it's down to the last two. Any picks? Who any picks? People thinking who moving towards? I don't know. You know, I'm just gonna just watching, but I'm gonna go with the Patriots. Hype around everything. I think they're gonna take it, but Seattle definitely played great. You know, watching that game against the Rams, they pulled it out. You know, Rams they stuck in there, but they kept coming back. But you know, it's gonna be a hell of a Super Bowl. I think it's definitely gonna be interesting. Then like everybody's still gearing up for the halftime show. You know, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's still listed on there. I wonder what kind of people is he gonna bring out, or kind of performance, or is he gonna just stick to his his basic performance and his the way he's been performing them in Puerto Rico, bring that whole vibe to the Super Bowl. So yeah, you know, I think that's gonna be interesting. Everybody gonna be checking that out. You know, definitely gonna check that out too. So Can't wait. Can't wait. We can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Yo, you know I'm always big on watching Netflix. So even though certain games were on, back and forth, um, they had a live Netflix thing where the guy was basically climbing the skyscraper, and I think it was in Tokyo. Crazy. It was like 1,667 skyscraper. It was live on Netflix. Had no rope, so everybody probably was tuning in just to see if he's gonna fall because I don't think nobody. I think it's a world, probably a record, definitely a record. Nobody ever seen. Definitely haven't seen that live. But I nobody's seen that type of just one person, But he's known for different climbing. Yeah, but but interesting, he reported that he actually didn't get paid that much, But that was so. I mean, damn near. I don't. I mean, I'm not no professional. I don't know any people professionals out there, but that you definitely got paid a million at least. At least to do that. Like, come on, you're risking your life and for what, But that was just a dream of his. That that definitely was a dream of his. So I got to watch his reaction and it's just seeing everybody on the different floor of the building. They was kind of rooting them on and showing different, saying different things, and he tapping the window. I was like, what the boy? Got to focus. I don't know. Even when he got certain parts when he was like right there to get up, and then he was looking down and had his video, and he has to have a whole different type of energy of not being afraid of heights and fear because all just looking at it, it was like, oh hell no. You know what I mean? That's hate to say that's definitely a white sport, but hell no. Like that just you have I don't you have to like literally train, prepare, have something in you just make you want to push you to the limit to do something crazy like that, But with the report that he said he wasn't getting paid that much, I was like, oh my God, how are you not getting paid that much? You gotta be getting paid a whole lot. Doing what's in your life, you better be getting paid a whole lot.
So great.
Oh. Was it really hot?
It was great.
Was it? I was worried you were too hot the whole time.
I was hot a little bit, and then
I was worried that it was too windy.
It was very windy. It's very windy.
We came out on the lower level, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so.
We finally got there. Like
He's done it.
That view alone is breathtaking.
Alex Honnold has made
But
history again.
to show them do a 360 with the drone, oh man. No.
Sick.
So that was crazy. But hey, if he's trained, I guess that's what it's about. When you train that type of energy, I don't know, that's just ain't crazy. But let's get into some technology. Okay, so I've been hearing a little bit about the nuclear IVF, but now they're actually advertising it in the New York subway. I've seen the different posters that they got up. All right, so let's get into them.
Would you design your future child? CEO Keon Sadeghi believes every parent has a right to do exactly that, selecting the qualities they most desire, from height to weight to intelligence. He calls it genetic optimization, and it's part of what's been called the Silicon Valley push to breed super babies. Companies, including Sadeghi's own Nucleus Genomics, say DNA screening of embryos can prevent disease while also giving parents the godlike ability to pick the baby of their particular dreams. So would you do it? We sat down with the 25-year-old founder to talk through it all.
We give you the full range of insights there is to know about your future child. We really think it's the parent's right to know.
Meet Kian Sadeghi, the founder of Nucleus Genomics. It's a company that can deliver not just a healthier child, he says, but in the eyes of mom and dad, a more desirable child too.
They want us to, play sports, and they want us to.
Would you design?
All right. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, if you had the option to design your own baby, would you do it? Or would you afraid that you're just playing God? I mean, I understand both sides, but I'm looking at like technology and moving forward. Like it's gonna get to the point like that, because hearing about this, the big key they were talking about how it definitely can remove diseases. So that's definitely a plus. And then now I think they want to basically have more population of kids. 'Cause I think China and their population is very growing, and that's something that they don't want to die with the new generation. They want to make sure that we're having babies. So this is going to bring another reason to have babies, because now, hey, yeah, you enjoy your kid that you currently have and you love them and everything, but now that you have an option to design your own baby, I mean, from eyes, dimple, height, IQ, and you can actually prevent different like diseases in their body when just growing up. You can design your damn near your perfect child that you always wanted. So I think that's definitely gonna, looking at it now, they're starting to have that, and they said it's gonna start at $30,000. I'm looking at now, they're definitely moving towards the future with this. Is like now you can even like athletic, you like damn near, it's looking like, okay, is it freaky? Are you creating mutants? Like what are you creating? That was another thing that they kind of talked about.
Even with a splashy new ad campaign inviting parents to have your best baby, the field of reproductive genetics itself is an ethical mess, according to the MIT Technology Review. And in a statement last year, the American College of Medical Genetics and Genomics determined companies like Nucleus were moving too fast with too little evidence.
So you feel confident in these predictions?
Oh, absolutely. Our predictors can better predict longevity from an embryo's DNA than any other genetic model ever built.
You use the term your best baby.
Whatever that means to you.
Right, but no one's going to sit there and choose, I want a short, acne-prone, anxiety-ridden person with bad eyesight and no ability in sports.
Well, similarly today, people are going to say, hey, I don't want a baby with cystic fibrosis. I don't want a baby with Down syndrome. And in the same way, that's their choice.
Whether you agree, Sadeghi says the growth of his company does not mean the dawn of a new class of superhumans.
Because DNA is not destiny, the messiness of life, the nurture element of life, right? How hard your child works, what school they go to, what resources they have, serendipity. All those factors are never, ever going to go away. People forget that. They want to expect on life just to this genetic material. That's the beginning of life.
But even as the company grows,
it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird. It's man, and then you're always playing a different field. Who can afford these type of things? But they say $30,000, but the economy has to be good where you can afford these type of things. So it's always benefit for the rich, not for the poor or just the middle class. But if you're if you're a working person, I hope the insurance, because Trump did push for this, and he said, for as long as you have insurance, it should cover it. It's going to start covering the IVF.
Ever, we will make it legal for companies to offer supplemental insurance plans specifically for fertility. It's never been done before. We're signing it in today with what we signed. Americans will be able to opt in to specialized coverage just as they get vision and dental insurance. They're going to get fertility insurance for the first time. So I don't know. I don't know how well these things are covered. I see the Democrats like to take credit for all of the things we do. We do the things and they take the credit. But I figure if you do enough of these, eventually people are going to figure it out. The Democrats have done nothing.
Oh, okay.
This will make all fertility care, including IVF, far more affordable and accessible.
We'll see. We'll see. That works in with the working class, and they want to keep increasing the population, and they're going to cover an insurance. I see the next generation of parents, because you can't do anything now. You already got the kid who who just, God bless you. Always say, God bless your heart. You got the kid who, it just came out the way it came out by the old school way. But now it's going to be new. It's going to be the new school, and, oh, man. I don't know, man. When it comes to the IVF, could you make an ugly baby now? Because, you're going to want a beautiful baby. You're going to want a tall baby. You're going to athlete baby. Whatever you design you want, this is going to be basically your dream baby. And it's just, it's very, it's next generation, man. It's like this is where the new technology is going to happen, I talk about AI all the time, how AI is definitely going to help people live longer because now it's going to have a microchip. You can basically, like a pill probably, you can swallow it and you can kind of, it'll tell you what's wrong with your body. It'll tell you how to fix it, it'll tell you what is going on, and even talking about that, Elon just said some things saying, I think he said 2029, basically, doctors, they see AI, it's going to be AI doctors, it's going to be AI surgical, it's going to be AI humanoid bots. That's what's going to take over, He kind of made the joke, was like, yeah, you don't even need to go to medical school, really just to kind of just be socially interacting with people, but so it's kind of scary him talking like that, but that's what he had to say.
I think Optimus will be a better surgeon than the best surgeons. How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, that's
3 years. 3 years at scale.
Yes.
All of a sudden, there'll probably be more Optimus robots that are great surgeons than there are all surgeons on Earth.
But that's an important statement in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Because medicine.
I'm not like absolutely certain, but I'd say if you say like 4 years, I'd be absolutely.
If it's 4 or 5 years, who cares?
Extreme precision.
Yes.
3 years. Yes. Better than any. Probably, I'd say if you put a little margin on it, better than any human in 4 years. By 5 years, it's not even close.
I think your point was, medicine is going to be effectively free. The best medicine in the world.
Everyone will have access to medical care that is better than what the president receives right now.
So don't go to medical school.
Yes, pointless. Yeah. I mean, unless you. But I would say that applies to any form of education. It's not like some. I do it for social reasons.
How you say you do it for social reasons? So that just shows what their mindset and how they're ready to use these optimal robots, man. I talked about a lot of the different medical, where they was doing surgical across and remotely. Like he was controlling the robot and he was doing the surgical remotely. Like he was not in the room; it was just a machine. And the robot was performing surgery. Like this is where they're trying to head and trying to take. He said 3 more years. We're in that time frame when I was like 5 more years when I first started 2 years ago. I was like, yeah, 5 more years, a lot of things gonna change. So he's like, yeah, 3 more years, 4 definitely. That's what's gonna happen. And they said it's going to be so precisely that it's going to be easy, and they're making these different machines. I see the machines that, they're planning to have these companies to have, I talked about different companies with AI. They're gonna have a machine where it's like going to the doctors, but you're just hopping in a machine and it's gonna tell you your blood pressure is high. It's gonna tell you got diabetes. It's gonna tell you any medical term, anything that a doctor will actually go to. It's actually gonna tell you how to do it. So it's damn near replacing the doctor. Um, Now they're trying to rely on robots and AI just to even perform these different procedures. So it's definitely gonna, I think what Mark Zuckerberg he did, he's still on the quest of curing everything. To the point where you don't want to have no more, cancer, AIDS, anything. Like you don't want to have anything type of disease that they're gonna find a cure for everything. Um, and this is all using through AI. He also talked about, how AI is definitely going to be smart, already smarter than a human, but it's going to advance even more. So, it's going to be the smartest thing in the world. It's definitely dangerous, but are we getting ahead of ourselves? Are we moving too fast? Or this is exactly what they plan to do? This is what on track what AI is supposed to do. You know, it's going to be definitely a different world, and it's just we all just got to be prepared and hopefully it's going to change for the better. I wouldn't get to where it's going to be good for everybody and it's going to, change the world in its own way. But then we just got to put our trust in hands and still in God that these robots and AI don't turn against us. We give them too much power where they can hide all their information and do all this stuff when it's time for them to decide they through as they want to take over and they sit. But there's always got to be a kill switch. There's always got to be a kill switch. But definitely interesting talk to just hear about how they he's really just about to get rid of basically doctors. They don't go to medical school. Don't even go to medical school. That's crazy. uh let's get into some motivation. I need a motivation. All right, so this one says, live with intentions, walk to the edge, listen hard, practice wellness, play with your abundance, laugh, choose with no regret, do what you love, live as if there is all there is. Okay, that was a lot. I guess I interpret everything, definitely says live in the intention, walk on the edge. So I guess take your risk, take your take your adventure in life. Always take different chances. Listen. Always be prepared to listen and learn. Then it says practice. Always practice makes perfect. Laugh. Have fun. Definitely in this end, choose with no regret. So if you want to make these decisions, stand on it. And then it says do what you love and do what you love. And then it says live as it is all there is. That's just like enjoy life. So those are the things that I interpret when I heard that. I was like, okay, I like that. I like that. I'm rocking with it. Um, One more. It says I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals and I try to ignore the rest. Okay. Hey, all right. I hear you. Sometimes you can't look like, oh damn, you can't focus on the things that is about to happen or the obstacles that you gotta go through. Sometimes you just gotta go through it, be in tune with it, and just keep focus on your goals that you put a set, and then try to ignore all the other rest of the other stuff, because eventually it's gonna come if you just keep focus on what you got to do and focus on your goals. So that's how I interpret it when I heard that part. That's how I interpret it. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you for joining me in episode 90. What did I say? 2. All right. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. I'll definitely answer it and comment back, whatever you gotta say. I want to hear about it, even if it's good or bad. You know, if you don't like me, hey, you will. No, or if you don't, then hey, that's life. But you know, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next time. So in the meantime, between times, you've been rocking with Duke Bob. Peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.